one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. Just gotta mean something, you. They gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado,
Free smoke.
look. Scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much I have you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under Slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Winning has a price. And leadership has a price.
When did winning not become the main thing? I always say keep the main thing, where, you know, winning is the only thing that truly matters.
Welcome back to Kicking It with Saint. And, you know, it's a sad day on the show, man. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's a sad day. It's not a good day. Not for me. Not for me. Last night was one of the worst nights I've experienced since I watched the Boston Celtics beat the Los Angeles Lakers in the finals a while ago with the Big Three. I haven't felt this sick since that night. So I might bring... I don't believe that I will be talking about that night too much. Why would I? When now this night has replaced it. Now, this night is not as bad because I'm a Laker fan. My team ain't the team that just lost in the finals. However, being that I am a lifelong Los Angeles Lakers fan, and I say it all the time, if it wasn't for Kobe, I probably wouldn't have been a lifelong Laker fan. If he had to play for the Hornets or if he had to play for the Bulls, I probably would have jumped to whatever team he had to play for. However, he didn't leave the Lakers. So in that turn, I didn't leave the Lakers. And so I've been a lifelong Laker fan. I am not a LeBron James stan, okay? That's what I want people to understand first. Because I'm going to say some things in this episode. But I want you to know it's coming from the true perspective of a Lakers fan. Not a LeBron James stan. Not even a LeBron James fan, even though I do like LeBron. I don't want nobody to think nothing that's coming out of my mouth, pause, is coming out from the perspective of somebody who is a sicko LeBron James defender, excuse maker, stan. I know I am just a diehard. I bleed that purple and gold. Like a lot of dumbass LeBron James stans say that just because they want people. They know how it's going to look if they say, oh, I don't root for the Lakers. I just root for, you know what I'm saying? Then the Laker fans going to turn on them. So they just want to they blend in like they blended in with Miami fans, like they blended in with the Cleveland fans. I know that LeBron James stans, the happiest they ever been was when they was rooting for when they got to root for the be Miami fans, because Miami got some of the worst fans in the NBA, a lot of people say. So I know they love being a Miami fan, boy. But nonetheless, it's a sad day. It's gonna be a sad offseason. It's gonna be sad all the way up until another team win the NBA Finals. God forbid they do it again next year. You know, I just want to say something, man. I want to, before we really get into the show, I want to say something. Congratulations to Jaylen Brown on winning the Finals MVP. Before I start hating, you know, I do want to give shout outs and show my true respect for players. You know, shout out to Jason Tatum. I tried to say shout out to the team, but I just can't do that. Shout out to Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Chris Stapps, Porzingis, Derek White, Drew Holiday. You know, shout out to those guys. With that being said, fuck Boston. Fuck the Boston Celtics. Fuck the Celtics. Fuck Lucky. Fuck his dumbass hat. Fuck that court. Fuck TD Gardens. Fuck the fans. Fuck everybody in Boston. Fuck the Boston Celtics. Fuck the city of Boston, Massachusetts. Fuck the state of Massachusetts. Fuck both of them. Fuck Boston, Massachusetts. Fuck Massachusetts. Fuck Boston. Fuck Larry Bird, even though I rock with Larry, but fuck Larry Bird. Fuck JB. Fuck JT. And fuck KP. Fuck Joe. Fuck Boston. Fuck the Celtics. Fuck the city of Boston. Fuck Massachusetts. Fuck Ime Udoka. Fuck what's the name? The coach Masai Ujiri. That is not his name. I'll think of his name by the end of the show, more than likely. Fuck Missoula. That's the coach's name. I don't know who the hell I was thinking about. Fuck Missoula. Fuck Brad Stevens. Fuck the front office. Fuck Danny Ainge. Fuck Paul Pierce. Fuck Kevin Garnett. Fuck fans. Fuck the Boston Celtics fans. Fuck their culture. Fuck everything about. I hate Boston. I hate everything about them. I saw somebody post a picture and say, this is what I imagine hell is like. And it was like thousands of Boston Celtics fans in green. I agree. I believe that is also what hell is like. I think to top it off, it's even darker spot in hell if all them fans is happy. Now, heaven to me is much like being in the middle of that crowd and all of them just coming home from an L in the finals. That's got to be what heaven is like. But I know for a fact that this is what hell is like. I don't like, fuck all the fans in Boston that's happy. You know, fuck the city. I am not happy anytime Boston has success. I don't like it when they happy. I don't like it when good things happen to them. I'm talking about sports-wise. I'm not talking about in real life. When it comes to the Boston Celtics making people happy, I hate it because anytime they happy, I'm not. Something good. I could get married today or tomorrow. I would actually not get married while the Boston Celtics are the current NBA champions. I would never get married while Boston is having success because I don't want to look back on my life and think to myself, during my greatest moments, the Boston Celtics were also being great. Because then, in turn, those would not be my greatest moments because they cannot coincide with the Boston Celtics having success. It's not a lot of things in sports that I take, that serious, to be completely honest with you. If you follow me, if you don't watch this shows, you see that. I care more about human beings and respect and things of that nature, far more than outcomes and games and things of that nature. However, not when it comes to the Boston Celtics. I hate the Boston Celtics just like I hate my little cousin. Okay? I hate the Boston Celtics just like I hate my exes. Okay? I hate the Boston Celtics just like I hate math. And you know what? Shout out to my little cousin. He called a straight he didn't even deserve. I take that back because I don't even hate that little nigga. But I do hate them bitch. So I hate Boston like I hate racist people. I hate Boston like I hate the ignorant racist sports media. I hate Boston the way I hate these racist y'all don't know who I'm talking about, Caitlin Clark fans. I hate Boston, bro. It's nothing on God's green earth. It's very few things on God's green earth that I hate. as much as I hate the Boston Celtics and seeing them have success and seeing them happy. And there's few things on earth that make me happier than watching the Boston Celtics in misery. You dig what I'm saying? This Laker blood runs deep. It runs deep. So, Boston, I know, if a Boston Celtic fan listening to this, I know you make fun of me in the comment section. I'm cool with that. This is your moment. I expect this same type of response when the Lakers win their next real championship. That's not a bubble championship. Okay? Every day I ask myself, am I a LeBron James hater? And I'm not. I just don't like his fans at all. And not to mention, bro, the bubble championship is not the same to me, even though it might have felt like that when you watch these terrible NBA finals. I would not be surprised if the ratings came out and the ratings was down with the NBA finals. It would not shock me at all because this was a bad NBA finals. And you know what? That's on me. Yo, if you listen to me talk about the NBA finals, I apologize. Me trying to letting my hate for the Celtics steep into my astute analysis. It had me saying things that I knew simply weren't true. At some point in time, the team that you see on the field, on the court, that is the exact team you're going to get, especially when it's in a condensed series, such as a 7-game series. Now, I know some people think that's a long series. Now, I'm talking about compared to an NBA season, like a 15-game stretch. You don't got that. You got 7 games to be what you are. And in them 7 games, when you can only, you don't even got the 7 games in certain points. As soon as that first team win 4, it's over. It don't matter if that's in 5 games, 4 games, or 6 games. So I should have come on here and said the Celtics, the Dallas, they are what they are. Kyrie is terrible in Boston. Now, y'all know I love brother Kyrie, but I don't never want to hear another. And this is one of the biggest reasons I came on here before the series started and said that one of my biggest issues coming out of this series or going into this series was how people were viewing Kyrie. Like, I respect the hell out of Kyrie. Kyrie is not I don't know if he's a top 10 point guard all time. I would have to go over that list. But I know for a fact he ain't top 6. And the fact that people was going into this series saying that just based off of that last series, Kyrie was coming into this series as one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game. Oh, this the most. I saw people saying he was the best point guard. He was the most skillful point guard of all time. Like, I saw people like Kyrie, and that's why I said pause, bro. He is not even the best player on his team right now. So the fact that y'all are saying this is crazy. That's the type of stuff you say for the best player on their team when they having success. Go throughout Kyrie's career. When was he the best player on his team and his team was great coinciding with him being the best player? You can't name one time. And maybe 1 year when he was with Boston that first year. With a young JT and a young JB, you could say he was the best player on that team. But that team didn't end up winning, and he didn't finish that season. But you can't say it when they was having success in Cleveland because that was LeBron. You can't say it now with the Mavs because that's Luka. You can't say it if they did have success in Brooklyn because that was Kevin Durant. So as much as I respect Kyrie, I thought it was crazy that people were saying some of the shit that people were saying about Kyrie coming into this game. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. And this ain't even hindsight, it's 2020. I said before the series, y'all talking crazy about Kyrie right now. Like, he is great. He is not the player that y'all are saying he is right now. People were saying he was on the level of Steph Curry. Curry done had to lead a team to a championship against a better team on multiple occasions and got the job done. Just because you a LeBron stan and you like to only focus on the fact that, oh, we didn't have Kyrie, or oh, he had Kevin Durant, as if LeBron won every championship without another all-star or a superstar or Hall of Famer beside him is crazy. But trying to reduce or condense or shun Steph Curry's resume to lift up Kyrie to me is crazy. I can't do it. When you got a player like Steph Curry, LeBron James, you know what the bar is. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, You done seen the Kobe's and whatnot, the Dwayne Wade's. You know what the bar is. So to me, people who was overhyping Kyrie was purely because they love Kyrie. It was not because of factual evidence that you see on the court. I love Kyrie, but some of the stuff that, y'all was going nuts. People were going crazy overhyping Kyrie. And I knew that would be the downfall. I knew if they lost this series that they was going to pile on to Kyrie because of how hard they was hyping him going into this series. But I expected that he would not be able to play to the level that people tried to talk him up at. Like, this ain't the Kyrie that was going into that series with LeBron James against the Warriors where he was dropping 40-something plus a game for 3 games. Like, this not that Kyrie. This is a completely different Kyrie. So I think a lot of people set themselves up when it came to, like, the biggest reason I picked the Mavericks was because of how I felt about Luka, which I'll talk about Luka, and the fact that I seen Boston not get it done. But, in hindsight, that was me not giving Steph Curry enough credit because Luka and Kyrie are not Steph Curry. I never for once thought Kyrie was, but I kind of put Luka not on Steph Curry's level, but I felt like he was entering his Steph Curry, LeBron James, Jokic type of where he can lead a team to a championship even when the competition on the other side seemed a little bit greater. I was wrong. I was very much wrong. And in hindsight, I feel like I disrespected Steph a little bit because, now that I'm looking at this, that ain't Steph not going out like they just went out, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. It was kind of irritating watching that game last night because it kind of felt like Dallas didn't even fight. Like they just accepted that we're losing. We don't want to go back home and play these dudes and have to come back to Boston. It felt like they had fought all they fight they had in the previous game. Because, if you watch that game, it didn't look like a team that was trying to fight to survive. It felt like a team that had just accepted that they had lost that game. Luka looked terrible. Kyrie looked terrible. The others looked terrible. Defense was terrible. Bless me. Thank you. They couldn't stay in front of nobody. As per usual, throughout the entire series, they couldn't stay in front of nobody. Luka was a cone on defense once again. Constant bad switches on defense that they got into because Boston was able to get them switched up. It seemed like every matchup was a bad matchup, though, because nobody on Dallas could defend. Give Boston credit. What they were able to turn Dallas into, remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Dallas, the alley-oop game, no, wasn't there. That scoring in the paint, Kyrie missed damn near it felt like Kyrie missed every layup attempt or contested layup. He known for being a great finisher. It felt like he was terrible at finishing in this series. Luka felt like the best he was is when he got those calls or when he could, it felt like he was never better than having a great quarter. It never felt like he really had a great half. The defense was terrible throughout the entirety of the series. You could say the rebounding battle mattered, but I don't think it mattered as much as the stats might say it mattered because it was a 4-1 series. The inconsistencies shooting from Dallas. Luka looked like he was more frustrated last night with his teammates than he cared about trying to fight to get a W last night to stay alive. It really just felt like Dallas had resigned themselves to losing that game last night. And once Boston had got some separation and they felt a championship was in reach, they just put their foot on the pedal and never let up. And they really didn't need to press down too far because Dallas, in my opinion, didn't offer too much resistance. It didn't seem as though Dallas really was putting their feet too hard on the pedal to try to get back into that game or to try to win that game in order to push the series back to Dallas. So I was about to say congratulations to the Celtics, but I'm not going to do that. Once again, congratulations to them players. Fuck the Boston Celtics. Fuck the city. Fuck the state. Fuck the organization. I should make a hit 'em up record direct at Boston, yo. That's how much this disdain for Boston run. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Raven fan, and I don't even hate the Steelers like this. Now, I would hate seeing the Steelers win a Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie. I got no interest whatsoever in seeing the Pittsburgh Steelers win a Super Bowl. I really have no interest in seeing the Pittsburgh Steelers win and be successful. The reason I could care less about them having a little bit of success right now is because they're not truly a great team right now. I can see that. Even though a lot of people might be fooled by them, I'm not. Pittsburgh's not a good team right now. They don't have a good enough quarterback. People can talk about the record Lamar has against the Pittsburgh Steelers all they want to. Could care fucking less. Losing to the Steelers, winning the Steelers does not matter to me, bro. Y'all don't understand. When I don't like a team, I don't care what they do against us. That's not where the extent of my hate stop. I don't want them to have success against nobody. So if they beat any team, I'm going to feel the same way as if they beat us. I want to see them lose every game. Like I want to see Boston lose every game. But my hate for Boston runs far deeper, I think, than my hate for the Steelers. For the simple reason, I don't know. I guess I just grown to respect the Steelers because I done seen them win 2 Super Bowls in my lifetime. Well, I done seen Boston win 2 Super Bowls in my lifetime now. So you know what? My hate for the Steelers just got increased. It just increased. Yeah, I know more special than the fucking Boston Celtics, yo. So fuck the Steelers, yo. My hate for the Steelers has now hit. It's been reignited. I now look at the Steelers in a new light. The light that I used to look at them in. Fuck the Steelers. You know more special than the ball. You talk about all them rings, just like Boston. In my lifetime, you got 2 rings, just like Boston. So, hey, I'm back to hating the Steelers on some real petty, childish type shit, you know? Gonna be a lot of digs taken at the Steelers this football season. Trevor Lawrence. Matter of fact, let me finish the finals before I get to Trevor Lawrence. The Mavericks should be ashamed of themselves, to be quite frank. If I was Jason Kidd, I would be ashamed to say that this is the team that I coached after that performance. However, what can Dallas do in the offseason to try to get back to this point? I don't really know how you fix that Kyrie thing, because if he play against Boston, it just seems at this point he's just not going to have success against Boston, especially in Boston. I never seen, and that's another problem that I have. You can't tell me Kyrie is a certain level of great when I done seen Steph Curry go into Boston and be successful. I done seen LeBron, Kobe, Giannis, Jimmy Butler. I done seen all those players go into Boston and win. I done seen all those players have to beat Boston to get to a goal and do it. So I don't hold Luka or Kyrie to any other type of standard that you hold them players to if you're trying to judge them on that same scales. That's why I'm real quick to say when you try to say somebody is better than somebody, nah. Boston have not been no bad team. Boston has not been a bad team when the Warriors had to get through them, when LeBron had to get through them, when Giannis had to get through them, when Jimmy had to get through them, and they got through them. So no amount of, well, they better now, or they was better this, or that. No, none of that matters to me. None of that matters to me. You can say, oh, well, they had Drew Holiday. Bro, Marcus Smart was a defensive player of the year. Y'all not finna shit on these Boston teams. These have been great Boston teams that to this point, people felt like underachieved. They finally reached the mountaintop, and there's still people who out there who say they still have underachieved to this point because they should have more championships. Now, I don't think a lot of people will do that to them because when you win one, you got to give people their grace. At least they finally got to that mountaintop. Let people be happy. Unless you're a Laker fan, and you have every right in the world to try to ruin this moment for the Boston Celtics. Nonetheless, when you look at I just hate Boston, man. I hate complimenting them. I really hate it. Anyways, when you look at because I'm not here to kill Kyrie. When you look at what the Mavs can do in the offseason to get better. Like I said, I don't know what you do about the Kyrie problem. I done seen too many greats be great in Boston, and Kyrie just has not been great against Boston. I really don't understand it. But Luka wasn't that great against Boston either. I don't judge Luka by just the numbers, okay? I done seen how great Luka can be. So when I know how great he can be and I see the performance he put out there, especially in that last game, listen, if LeBron or Steph or Kevin Durant or Giannis lost this series the way that Luka just lost this series with a Kyrie as they role play as they second, you're not cutting them no grace. So I'm not about to sit here and try to cut Luka any grace. I think it was a bad performance throughout the finals. And to be completely honest with you, it'd be easy to say, oh, in the offseason, Dallas need to go get a better defender or get some more shooters or get more consistent this or get more consistent that. But at the end of the day, I don't care how many great players or role players that you try to go get. If teams can constantly switch on to Luka and basically all 5 players on the court can just go give Luka a bucket because Luka don't even try, you're not winning a championship. This was always my problem when people went at Steph Curry and tried to say, well, he don't play defense, so it's no problem to James Harden. James Harden doesn't try. James Harden was in an era where he didn't even he was playing in a moment where he didn't even try to play defense. I mean, some of the things he was doing on the defensive side of the ball was embarrassing. Steph Curry was trying. You can't find clips of Steph Curry just not trying to be effective on the defensive side of the ball. He's just a small dude. Luka got the size to be a good defender. He just chooses not to be. That's what irritated me with James Harden. And this is exactly why when I used to compare Luka to James Harden, I say he'll never win a ring because he can do all this dribble. But then you go to the defensive side of the ball and you don't even try. I don't care what nobody say. You can't hide a starter for so long, especially when that starter have to be on the court. Luka got to be on the court. You can't hide Luka. So people just going to continue, not to mention, and I done said this since they've been together, how can you hide Luka when you got Kyrie on the floor also? And Kyrie does try on defense, but Kyrie is he is a smaller defender. I don't want to call him a defender, but he a smaller player. So naturally, he an undersized dude and he ain't going to be able to stop but so many players, if any, that he got to guard. So you got 2 defensive liability. I don't really want to call Kyrie a defensive liability because, like I said, he do try, but the results is defensive liability-ish right now. But Luka is just a defensive liability by choice. By choice. Look at Jokic. When Jokic decided to try on the defensive side of the ball, he became a champion. So this Luka Doncic never trying on defense, deciding I'm just going to let the dude go right past me because I don't want to pick up. And then the dumbass fouls that you pick up in some of these games. In game 3, you probably should have won that game. But you get disqualified from competition on a just horrendous foul. Mind you, he made multiple bad fouls. I would say 4 of them calls was just dumbass fouls. I don't understand what happened to Luka in this series. It was such a regression from what he did in that previous series. It doesn't matter what you do in the offseason. When you playing these big games against these great teams, Luka gonna have to stop somebody. He ain't even gonna have to stop somebody. He gonna have to make it tougher for somebody. He gonna have to be able to play within a team defense and not be trying to hit and not try to hide the whole time. Because as long as him and Kyrie play together, you're not gonna be able to hide him anyways. Not to mention, when you try to hide 2 different players on your team because neither of them can play defense, then you, in my opinion, you essentially become the Portland Trail Blazers. You just lucky that Luka and Kyrie is better than Dame and the duo of Dame and CJ. Because essentially that's what you've become. 2 guards who can't defend. And while you did get to the finals this year, what do you do if the other teams get better next year? They make more improvements. Anthony Edwards get better. Steph Curry get help. LeBron James and AD get help or are better. You got to play defense. And I just think, man, I know you could point to me to they got to score here. They got to score that. At the end of the day, you also got to be able to stop the Celtics. Because as much scoring as you did, every time you went on a run, you still didn't stop the Celtics. They still scored. Aside from the blowout in game 4, every time you needed to get a stop on a run to get back into a game, you didn't get it, basically. You didn't get it because they always still blew you out. Mind you, just to point out, the fact that every one of these games was basically ass beatings. I'm just saying. That's not great for basketball. It was another series. I think last year. Who? Last year, I think that No. It was the Denver Nuggets Timberwolves series this year. Every game was an ass beating. Like, I think every team that beat each other was blowouts. I'm like, yo, this is not a good series. When both teams beating each other's ass like that, that's not good basketball, yo. And I don't know what's going on coaching wise to be allowing that to happen, to where you either getting your ass beat or you blowing them out. That's crazy. It's no in between. It's no close games. How do you even judge a teams based off of a series like that? You know what I'm saying? Especially when both of these teams is beating each other's ass on the road. Yo, give me like a minute. I gotta go get a water. I got a Nutter Butter too when I was out. Yo, I ate at Chick-fil-A the other day. I was out with my little cousin. And she wanted Chick-fil-A. And I hadn't had Chick-fil-A in probably like 2 years. I ate it again last Saturday. And it made me realize it'll probably be another 2 years before I eat Chick-fil-A again. I don't get it. I just do not like Chick-fil-A no more. That shit does not taste good to me. I'm going to tell you something else I realized the other day, since I'm talking about food. So, last Tuesday, I went to KFC and got that $8 bucket for $10, because what a fucking deal. Thighs and legs for 10, 8 of them for $10. Are you kidding me? At Kentucky Fried? So, I had that on Tuesday. Wednesday, I wanted fried chicken again, but I did not feel like going to KFC. I specifically wanted KFC. I just didn't feel like going all the way to KFC. I was like, I really don't feel like making that drive. I'm tired as hell today. I'm not making that drive to KFC. And I don't like DoorDash and shit, because DoorDashers be DoorDashing like 4 different orders at the same time. So when my food get there, it's not going to be fresh. So instead, I went to Popeyes, which was way closer to my crib. I got the 4-piece spicy chicken combo, I think it was. 2 thighs, 2 legs, 2 fries, a mashed potatoes, and I think I got a baked mac and cheese and a drink. And as I ate that, I realized, and I hadn't had Popeyes in probably like 2 years. But as I ate it, I realized to myself, I had a realization, it'll probably be another 2 years before I eat Popeye's chicken also. Popeye's chicken is nowhere near as good as KFC in my opinion. Like nowhere near as good as KFC chicken. That's the first thing. Second, the sides. Nowhere near as good as KF chicken in my opinion. The macaroni and cheese is better than KFC's. But that's about it. The mashed potatoes are not better than the KFC's. They dirty rice. I don't like that. I don't like the rice at, and I'm a big rice guy. I don't like the rice at Popeyes. I don't like none of the sides at Popeyes to really be, if I'm being honest with you. And you want to know what's crazy? My favorite side at Popeyes, if the fries are fresh, it's the fries. But usually when I go to Popeyes, the fries are never fresh. I couldn't tell you the last time I went to Popeyes and to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you the last time I went to a restaurant, a fast food place that gave me fresh fries. Like the last time I got fresh fries, it was like hole in the wall places because they make your fries to order. But like the bowling alley close to my crib make fries to order. And they make good ass fries. I'm not going to stunt with you. But so this, my favorite side at Popeyes, as crazy as this is probably the biscuit. I usually get fresh biscuits from Popeyes. That's why I never understood the Popeyes, meme where the biscuits choke you to death and shit, because I've never had a dry biscuit from Popeyes, surprisingly. Like every time I get a biscuit from Popeyes, it's fresh. I would much rather have fresh fries than fresh biscuits. But the trade-off doesn't really bother me because I don't eat at Popeyes enough anymore anyways. But yeah, I just realized Popeyes is so far and away worse than KFC. Like everything is pretty much worse than KFC to me. However, I give everything its respect. Like I like Church's Chicken. Church's Chicken got fire ass fries. Church's Chicken got great sides. They baked mac, they mashed potatoes, they french fries, phenomenal. Some people love the jalapenos and the okra. I'm not a jalapeno okra type of person, but I get the people who fuck with that. Popeye's spicy chicken is mid. The spicy chicken at Church's, elite. Popeye's regular chicken, mid. Church's regular chicken, it's alright. It's better than mid. Bojangles. Now, I'm not a Bojangles chicken type of guy. I'm not going to lie. As far as Bojangles is great. The only thing on the Bojangles menu that I really don't fuck with, really, that I know a lot of people do, breasts, legs, thighs, the wings. I don't really eat that chicken when I go to Bojangles. If I get a chicken from Bojangles, it's going to be a chicken filet sandwich, like the Cajun filet or the chicken supremes. It's not going to be... Bojangles should try to see what they can do with some part. Nah, I know they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. Because I don't eat them party wings from KFC. I don't know who told y'all to make that shit. If you eat extra crispy from KFC, why are you eating at KFC, yo? The magic of KFC is the original recipe. Them 11 herbs and spices, yo. Nonetheless, I will talk about Trevor Lawrence. Because Trevor Lawrence just signed the biggest deal, even though him and Joe Burrow essentially get paid the same thing on a yearly basis. Trevor Lawrence did, however, just become the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And a lot of discourse around that has taken place since. Now, you know, if you watch the show, if you don't watch the show before, you know what I'm about to say. But if you haven't, I had this saying, deserve does not matter to me. What you feel like somebody deserve is ultra irrelevant. Especially when the game done showed you that the dudes don't get what they deserve all the time, and dudes who don't deserve certain contracts get them. So once you understand the type of market that's in the NFL or in any sport, then you understand that deserved shit does not matter. Now, moving beyond or past the deserved crap, because I don't. Deserved is such a subjective thing, in my opinion. If you ask me, everybody deserves it because they worked hard to get to the point they at, regardless of how good you feel they are. But like I said before, in the NFL, like in many sports, deserve plays no part in what somebody gets paid. It's simply, do we need you? Can we replace you? How far along will it take to replace you? If we replace you or don't pay you, how much will it hurt this team? And essentially, the Jaguars could not afford to lose, not pay, replace, whatever you want to say. They couldn't afford for Trevor Lawrence not to be their quarterback. So that's why he got paid what he got paid. He was the next quarterback up, and so it is what it is. Now, I've said before, I think that they should fix the quarterback market for the simple reason Lamar Jackson should not be playing into a rookie contract as far as he had to play to get what he had to get paid. And Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert get early contracts when they haven't proven anything. If you had a problem with Justin Herbert getting paid, then you definitely have a problem with Trevor Lawrence getting paid. Because Trevor Lawrence ain't been as good. Now listen, I also want to say this, because I don't want to go in on Trevor Lawrence, but I know that's what it's about to seem like I'm finna do. But I do want to make the caveat. If you feel like Baker Mayfield earned his contract, then damn it, so did Trevor Lawrence. I'm not having no further discussions on that topic. However, I do understand the people who feel as though Trevor Lawrence didn't do enough to warrant the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. But that, to me, is where I come in and say they got to do something about this quarterback market. It's a lot of players in the league at different positions that's not getting paid their true market value because you got to pay a quarterback. But every quarterback in the league shouldn't be getting paid top market value that fuck up your team's cap anyways. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott. Trying to think of some more quarterbacks. I hope I'm not late. CJ Stroud. I think I said Joe Burrow. I don't think I missed Joe Burrow. Now I'm running through the divisions. Maybe I don't know about Brock Purdy yet. I don't know about Jalen Hurts yet either. Even though I think I'm gonna say Jalen Hurts. I know some people will say, how you not gonna say Purdy or Jalen Hurts, but you say Dak. And I understand that people don't. Dallas can't replace Dak. It's just as simple as that. They can't. And while I understand that people, I also just said you still should. Dak Prescott, in my opinion, has been far better than Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. So listen, I don't put Dak in the same category as a Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud. But he still is a great quarterback who done been productive at the highest level. So I'm not finna erase his greatness just because he done had some shortcomings. Everybody have a shortcoming if you think about it, because only one person win at the end of the season. Trevor Lawrence has been far. I said this after his second season, because a lot of people try to ignore his first season. But I said after his second season, they were good this year, but it wasn't because of Trevor Lawrence. It's because of that run game. That run game is what everything on that offense is based off of. Going into that next season, I would like to see Trevor Lawrence take that next step and the offense be more predicated on him being great, not necessarily the run game. Going into that next season, that is not what happened. You could say he took some steps forward, but he kept regressing with the turnovers, with the bad plays, with the not truly looking like he could read defenses the way you need him to read defenses, not looking like a comfortable quarterback against great teams week in, week out. It's a lot of flaws in Trevor Lawrence's game right now. And I think one of the biggest reasons people hold a lot against him is because he was projected to be this otherworldly, the next Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning type of quarterback coming out of college. And he haven't been that. It's as simple as that. Deshaun Watson haven't been a great quarterback in 2-3 years? he still to this point in his career has been better than Trevor Lawrence. So I do understand that people who feel like he was supposed to be far better than this coming out of college with the hype surrounding him. To those people, I would say you better feel the same fucking way about Baker Mayfield then also. Because he had hype coming out of college. He was a first pick coming out of college. Was he as hyped up as Trevor Lawrence? No. But expectations that you have of Trevor Lawrence is why you feel as though he don't deserve his contract. Expectations of Baker Mayfield, a.k.a. midfield, seem to be lacking, which is why you keep giving him excuses. Because if it's somebody who you talk about didn't deserve a contract, that's who I would have pointed to first, but that's neither here nor there. I know some people that's happy right now. Jordan Love is about to get a bag. Tua Tagovailoa is about to get a bag. Brock Purdy is about to, I don't know if the 49ers feel like an organization that's not afraid to look at Brock and say, we're not paying you what those dudes getting paid, buddy. They feel like a team that would be willing to do that. And I know a lot of people want Miami to do that to Tua. I just don't know if that'll happen. But listen, I understand people's gripe with, oh, Trevor Lawrence haven't proven enough. But that's where I say, you just got to hope that one day they possibly. I understand a Jacksonville Jaguar fan saying, wow, we can't really improve this roster at a certain point because we're paying Trevor Lawrence. And that would be fine if Trevor Lawrence made up for the things we don't have. However, at this very moment, he does not make up for the things we don't have. He has not played at an MVP level that would warrant you saying, hey, we don't have a starting receiver. We don't have a starting running back, or our defense playing bad. Trevor, get us over the hump. He haven't done that to this point in his career. So I do understand the people who say, yo, this is not the dude who should have got paid that. But once again, that's where you got to hope eventually. Now, the players are not going to come into the players union and be like, yeah, let's fix the market problem. They're not going to do that. They're not going to. Players union is not going to come in and stifle people's earning potential. That's not what they're going to do. That'd be crazy. That'd be counterintuitive to the players. Even if you were to come in and say, well, long term, that would help other positions. Doesn't matter. Quarterbacks wouldn't even agree to that shit. Quarterbacks are happy to be mediocre or average or above average in certain areas and get paid far more than what the best cornerback in the NFL get paid. You know, it just is what it is. That's what you got to end up accepting at the end of the day. But like I said, I understand the market and how quarterbacks get paid, but I do understand the people who have a gripe with it. Specifically Jacksonville Jaguar fans, because I don't normally like it when fans bitch about, our team can't afford this, they can't afford that. But I do understand that a cap is real. And I do understand that if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, your problem is not necessarily that Trevor Lawrence is taking up cap room. It's the fact that he's taking up cap room and does not play to the level of a quarterback that can make up for those players that you cannot go out and get because you just can't afford to be great at that position. Like Pat Mahomes, they don't spend on receivers, but he great enough to overcome that. They done pretty much had great players all around there, but they starting to let defensive players walk in Cincy because they believe Joe Burrow can overcome that. The Ravens haven't had a Pro Bowl level receiver because they believe Lamar can overcome that. And most of these quarterbacks, all of these quarterbacks I'm naming right now have proven that they can overcome having losing certain players or not having the greatest at certain positions. Trevor hasn't. So I think you just hope this year, if you're a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, that Trevor Lawrence just have a crazy season, go off and prove like, yo, I'm worthy of this contract. Even though if I'm Trevor Lawrence, I'm be honest, every time a player get paid, sure, it's happy if that player, you lucky as a fan if that player say to himself, like, I want to prove that I deserve this money. If I'm a player, my routine don't really change. You pay me because this is what the market demanded you pay me and my skill set demanded that you pay me. I'm not finna think to myself, oh, because they paid me, I got to be so much better now. Because I'm providing a service to you, and I have provided a service to you. And more likely than not, if I'm paid a huge contract right now, it's probably because I was underpaid in my past contract and I gave you far better production than what that contract was. So now with Trevor Lawrence, obviously you can argue in these rare cases, he didn't give you what that first contract would have demanded and then got a second one. But listen, if owners and GMs, the problem is, it's not even that an owner or a GM can't, because I'm pretty sure an owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars didn't want to pay Trevor Lawrence that type of contract off of he haven't done this, that, yada, yada, yada. However, he also knows we don't have a plan to replace this dude right now. And so I get it. I really do. And at the end of the day, that's the conversation, not if he deserves it, if he done earned it. I understand those small subplots, but at the end of the day, they're not the biggest. They're not what matters. What matters is, can they replace him? If they could, how long would it take? They can't. So that's exactly why he got paid what he got paid. God bless the fuck America, man. I guess that's what you said at the end of the day. Before I close out the show, though, my Sparks lost again. We seemingly lose on a routinely basis. I can't even remember the last time we won a game. We are bad right now. Well, we technically done been bad all season. But we starting to get our asses whooped on a routinely basis now. I know we just lost by 9 tonight, but before that, we was getting double-digit ass beatings. I hope Big Brink come back. All right, she left the game tonight. She got hurt. I hope Big Brink didn't suffer a season-ending injury. Not because I just want her back, just because I hope she didn't suffer a season-ending injury, because she don't want to be hurt for a whole season or for the rest of her rookie season. Shout out to RJ continuing to ball out. Hamby had a rough night for us tonight. She couldn't get that thing going. Lexi done struggled a lot. Yuru, shout out to your big ass. You absolutely balling. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Kia Nurse, I don't know how she can be this inconsistent and still be a starter. She play like a 6-man, but for some reason it's starting. I would probably let Lexi start again and have Kia Nurse come off the bench at this point. At this point, shit, you should try anything. I mean, we losing every game. I mean, McDonald is now a starter. Ari McDonald is now our starter because she done been more consistent coming off the bench than any of our starters, really. I think our offense is still god-awful. I don't understand the system. It's bad right now, fellas. It's bad right now. But maybe we suck. I hope we lean into sucking so we can get paid. But nonetheless, with that being said, I appreciate you for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. Once again, shout out to those players on the Boston Celtics, but fuck Boston. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You can be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. Like, subscribe, share. Saint out.
Let me clear my throat. You come closer. Where y'all at? No, he doesn't get off the press. No, I haven't seen him get off the press yet. He does a great job when you can put him in motion, when you can get a little trick erasure going. So that's Arizona. But when you're talking about man to man, right? Where your machismo, where your chest hairs are poking out, that young man ain't got none.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.